Hello, and in this video we're going to talk about heart awareness. So in this system we get programmed to perceive reality from our mind. Okay, that's one of the reasons we have to go to the school system, learn, repeat, and then you succeed. Okay, logical thinking all the time. Okay, uh, one way of thinking, keeping your perspective as less fluid as possible. That's how the whole system is programmed, because you need a lot of energies that are stuck in the same perspective to make this toxic system work. Okay, but you will start to influence reality in your own unique way once your perspective becomes more fluid, once you start to perceive more from your heart and let the outside world be just an illusion and your inside world be reality. And then reprogram your perspective, reprogramming your energy to see life from different ways, and then you can make your actions more effective. Okay, so let's dive in. So we have a brain perspective and we have a heart perspective. Okay, and because we do not value the heart perspective, most people get into the brain perspective, and then we create a lot of awareness, become very successful with a lot of brain perspective, but down the road we will start to use external substances or people to feel good, because we aren't aware of the high and low vibrations. Okay, because it's one solid image. And once you start to perceive reality more from a vibrational perspective, okay, you are capable of reading your timeline. Okay, you can read the future, you can read the energy, read energy of future. Your brain, your third eye, will produce images based on the vibration you're reading on your timeline. Okay, and that's only when you start to go in nature, meditate, use the right plants, and start to synchronize the left and the right side of the brain, the logical side brain, the emotional, male and feminine side, synchronize them, and then you can tap into a higher source, the spiritual realm. You can unlock certain superpowers, and because they are not unlocked right now, you are stuck in a system that's using you as a tool, that's programming your brain, that's using you as water. Okay, people are just like water, and they are programmed, and they just go with the flow. They go like sheeps with the rest, and they do not understand that the choices they are making are not their own choices. They do not understand that the feelings they are experiencing, the hate or the jealousy or whatever emotion they are experiencing, is not their own. It's energy they are absorbing from the environment, which influences their perspective. Okay, and once you start to understand this more, you start to see this more, you start to perceive reality more from a vibrational standpoint. Okay, and you will start to be capable of reading people's energy. Okay, this is the next level of your evolution. So every person has a vibration, and this vibration is their intentions, the emotions they have been experiencing for years, their perspective, if they are trustworthy or not. All these things you can read. You can read the energy of people once you are tuned in. Okay, and most people are stuck in the logical and the visual. Okay, but they aren't capable of tapping into this vibrational, and therefore they stay stuck in a routine, in a job, in a thing that keeps them on a low frequency. Okay, and that's because they are operating from belief systems, a self-image, um, their perspective, is stuck on the same frequency, okay? And that's because they are keep on mixing in the same frequency. They keep on mixing in the same job. They keep on mixing with the same people. They keep on perceiving life in the same way. And that's the problem. Because only when you are capable of tuning to different realities, tuning to different vibrations, you are capable of making brain connections on these vibrations, on the mixing with certain entrepreneurs, mixing with certain successful people. But you can even make brain connections mixing with a very happy traveler who does not have any money, because you can take out the golden nuggets, the frequencies, the energies they have been learning over the years, and then just absorb it and integrate it in your own. You don't have to absorb all the belief systems. You can just pick out what works for you and then attune your energy to a higher timeline. Okay, this is what makes life so beautiful, and this is like invisible for most people. I think I've been doing this over the years a lot unconsciously, and I believe if you truly learn this, your life will change massively and you will start to enjoy life way more. The moment you start to put more value on your energy, okay, once you start to be consciously aware that the money game is just a fake game, money fake game, okay, and it's actually a vibrational game, okay. So how can I let's yeah, so how can I evolve my energy in the best way possible? That's by mixing with different energies. And when you are mixing with different energies, you are evolving your frequency. You are attuning your frequency. You are increasing your depth of awareness on life. And that is true value. That is true value. If you have very shallow level of awareness on life and you have a lot of money, you aren't even capable of spending that money correctly. You can see this with people who win the lottery and then they spend their money on useless stuff, and within 1 year their money is gone. They have never unlocked being rich within themselves, okay? Only when you unlock this frequency within yourself, money just flows to you. Energy just flows to you. But you first have to unlock that within yourself. You first need to reach that frequency. You probably heard people saying this before many times, but I'm trying to explain this in more depth. So the game is not the physical, it's the vibrational, okay? How do I attune myself to a vibration where I can get everything I want in the physical? Okay? For example, just to give an example, this is more projected from my life. When I'm in the Netherlands, I have to put in a lot of effort to get a girl, because it's a different culture, different standards. You have to talk to a girl for many weeks, unless they are drunk, then things go faster, but I don't drink alcohol. And within that vibration, having, a lot of girls takes a lot of effort, a lot of energy, and the girls that you are attracting are not even, worth putting the time and energy in. Then when you go to Spain, it's way better. The attraction is way higher, girls are way more nice, and it takes way less effort to attract girls, okay? And for example, if I'm in Asia, I have to protect myself from the girls because I'm like a magnet, and the roles are other way around. So you have a certain need, and you adapt your situation, your routine, your habits to match the results you want. So if I would like to have a lot of girls, I would go to Asia, okay? If I would like to have a little bit more stability, capable of working on my long-term goals, I would go to Spain. There's still a perfect mix between, the amount of girls and, working at my future vision. And that's a little bit more about me, my personal story, okay? But it's just matching your awareness to the reality you want to move. And you can live in every country, okay? You can go to every place you want. But you have to reach this level of awareness. You have to understand, okay, if my self-image is locked in a certain country, the problem is not the dating market, or not being handsome enough, or not being muscled enough, or not being communicative enough. No, the real problem is you have a self-image that's locked into your current country. And therefore you cannot raise your own value. Just to give you an example, if you buy water in a store, it's like €1. If you buy water in a restaurant, it's like €3. If you buy water on an airport, it's like €5. So the water stays the same, but the value changes based on the location of the water, okay? And you have to understand where you mix your energy, okay? That dictates your value. And you have to understand that where you are right now and the life you want to experience is just a lack of awareness, okay? Just a lack of brain connections on the right frequency. You can pretty much achieve every goal once you become vibrationally aligned, okay? And they say, Tim, if you're saying that, why are you not a millionaire yet if you can reach every frequency? And then let me tell you, I have a unique energy, okay? Unique energy. I have mixed with many millionaires, okay? I have seen and experienced and talked to many millionaires, just to make that clear. But their way of being is not fully aligned with my authentic self, okay? And my life is just started. I have a whole life in front of me, and me reaching that point is being done in a lifestyle where I am happy. I live in a camper van. I can go wherever I want. I have more freedom than most millionaires, just to be honest. The value I place on being free has a higher value than I place on money, okay? Because from this situation, I can do my soul mission. I can share this information without being pressured making money right away, okay? I can make many videos, and at some point it will make money, okay? But once it makes money, I will be making money while being my authentic self, and that's the long-term vision, okay? That's the bigger picture. That's the way how I want to live my life. So I would already been capable of having a lot of money. I just choose the longer road to achieve the bigger goal, okay? Where I can be on the highest timeline possible, on the highest vibration, but at the same time I can get the physical aspects also. But being on this higher vibration, being happy, being location independent, creates my happiness, okay? Not the solid images. And still, my mind is distracted by solid things, eh? I'm still attracted by things that, everyone's attracted to. But, yeah. So, perceiving things more from the heart awareness. The heart awareness will always try to pull you to your soul mission, okay? That's the whole reason they don't want you in your heart awareness. That's why they put so much pressure by paying rent, okay? Pay rent, distractions, 9 to 5. The whole game is not making you go back in your heart awareness and keeping you in your logical mind, because the logical mind will be tricked. in staying in a lower timeline, being a slave. Okay, the heart cannot be tricked. Okay, the heart knows. The heart can read energy, and it does not ask questions. It just knows. It just feels the energy and it knows the situation. Okay, it does not need any explanation. The brain always needs explanation. It always needs reassurance. It always needs outside source of validation. Okay, the heart does not need that. Okay, it operates from a higher timeline. It operates from a soul perspective. I can wake up, have my morning coffee in the morning, and I can feel immensely grateful. Okay, I can be very, very, very happy, and that's because I am on a high frequency. And seeing my current timeline, I can perceive this in images, and I can see if I continue making these videos over a long period of time, I continue working on my daily tasks, I will reach a timeline and I will be here on this earth for the reason I am here on this earth. And I can feel that. I can see that in visions. I can tune in into meditations, and I can see it from a fifth dimensional perspective. And these are superpowers you're going to unlock once you start to use the right supplements, once you start to live from your heart space instead of your mind space. Okay, because here is the true power: reading the energy around you, reading the vibrations around you. Okay, absorbing the energies of successful people and then integrating it and becoming your unique version. By integrating all these highly successful people's energy, and you can absorb certain aspects from a person, and you do not have to absorb everything from a person. Okay, so how does it work? You start to mix and create friendships with people who are highly successful, and then you absorb a lot of belief systems, and then some of these belief systems are toxic and some of these belief systems are highly valuable. Then you retreat, you go back in your own energy, and you remove the belief systems that are not useful within your life, and then you keep using the belief systems, the connections you made on that frequency, to improve your life, and then you move forward on the highest timeline possible. You weren't able to reach this higher timeline if you would never be capable of learning and absorbing and removing belief systems from the environment. Okay, that's the real power: absorbing and removing, filtering. So absorbing belief systems from successful people, filtering them, removing the bad ones, integrating the good ones, and then evolving within your own unique way. That's the power of life. And once you've done this over and over and over and over and over and over, then you will start to reach your highest timeline. Okay, you will start to operate from your an evolved version of yourself. You will start to make choices based on how they feel. You will start to make choices based on the bigger picture, on the timeline, on the whole vision. Okay, so many people, they are with their mind next day, next week. They don't think forward. Okay, once you start to evolve, operate from this higher timeline, you can think in years. It's easy. It's default mode. If I continue this habit over and over, me making these videos, it's something I'm gonna keep on doing, because I know once this habit is locked in, my automatic choices, my automatic actions just go automatic. And once the right habits are locked in, time is on your side. Okay, time becomes a tool instead of something against you. If the right habits are in there, time is on your side instead of against it. Okay, that's true power. Once your unconscious mind locks into habit, that brings you closer to your long-term goals. Okay, so perceiving from your heart space. Your heart is connected to your soul. Okay, and it reads the energy around you on a level that's not been learned by the school system. Okay, language has been learned. It's magic. It's just a tool. It's language is a vibration that influences the images in your brain. Okay, so you can use this magic to influence energy in other people's brain, and that's because they are disconnected with their heart. You can use people as a tool because they cannot feel a higher level. They cannot feel the vibrations with more depth in reality. So if they just see the image of you, they just have the information about you, they think they have the bigger picture. This is not true. You can only have the bigger picture about a person when you can read their energy, and you have an advantage in every um, situation. You have an advantage in every communication when you can read the energy of the person, because you know what to say, how to say it. Okay, you know what they want and what they don't want. You can read their intentions, and you know what's going to happen if you continue this timeline. Okay, so the real power is by getting into the heart space, reading the energy of the other people, but at the same time don't be absorbing other people that you cannot control yourself anymore. You have to stay in control of your own self while being capable of reading the people, reading the energy. Okay, then you know exactly what to say. What are their weak points? Okay, what are their belief systems? What are their limited beliefs? Okay, you know exactly what to say when you're capable of reading the energies. Your soul is capable of perceiving things from a 5D perspective. Okay, it's capable of seeing your whole life, but it's not capable of controlling this human avatar all the time. Okay, it's capable of communicating to you with feelings, with images. This comes from a universal wisdom. Your brain is programmed by the school system to deny this because it's not visible. Okay, so if we get these images, if we get these visions, if we get these feelings, it's easier to deny because it's not logical. Okay, and once we start to become more in tune with ourselves, okay, meditation, being in nature, being a funnel for this higher source funnel, you will start to see a higher level of reality. Okay, you will be capable of having more options. You are capable of choosing the timelines you want to move to. Okay, now all of a sudden all these different options become available to you because you can see the bigger picture. Okay, you can see the bigger picture. This is where real power is. Also, when you start to operate from this higher energy, you can influence people on a lower energy. Okay, you can control the images in their brain. You can control their energy by influencing it. Okay, you can attract people to you, you can influence their perspective, and you can manipulate situations. And this can be done in a positive way or a negative way, but if you're operating from a high energy, most of the time you believe in karma. You start to understand, hey, listen, only by doing good things will happen to me. So you will manipulate things in a way that's beneficial for the for the world. So, but also, which is very interesting, is the universe will be on your side once you start to operate, because the universe will know if you're capable of achieving your soul mission. The world will become a better place. Okay, so once you start to perceive, create this image, I'm here to make this world a better place. You will lock into a God frequency because God needs you. God needs frequencies that are capable of changing this world in their own unique way. And everyone is capable of doing that, but so many people are locked into limited beliefs that this thought, I'm going to make this world a better place, impossible. They are never capable of reaching this frequency, okay? But once you lock into this, it will not happen within a month, okay? This will be a lifetime timeline, okay? You will start unlock that belief within a very young age, and then weird things will happen, and then you are capable of evolving because of all these things, which allows you to turn into a vibration that is capable of changing the world in their own unique way. And I had to suffer a whole timeline, a whole life in different ways, to feel the pain, to transmute it, and to move forward into my best timeline. Okay. Also, I've experienced a lot of great moments, travel, seeing different countries, which also helped me evolve. But also a lot of painful moments, a lot of moments I wouldn't want to wish onto anyone. Okay, so all these things were necessary to get me to where I am right now. And this is because I have been operating from a heart's desire. Okay, I've been following my intuition my whole life. What's kind of interesting to me, so I live in a camper van, I just go wherever I want to go. Always I get these logical questions from people. So what will be your next destination? And then I have no idea. I just follow my feelings. Okay, I just go wherever I feel like going. The only thing that's important to me is locking my mind on the right habits. Okay, habits. Here goes all my mental energy too. Most important, soul mission. Okay, my location, not that important. Okay, just based on how I feel, just based on what I want. Okay, if I want to go to nature, find myself, I just drive somewhere. If I want to meet people, meet girls, I just go to a city. Okay. If I want to see a new city, I just go to a new city. If I want to go to the beach, I go to the beach. If I want to go to mountains, I go to mountains. And I decide that within an hour. I decide that within a few minutes. I don't need a lot of mental energy. And I don't want to spend a lot of mental energy on that. Okay. I want to spend a lot of mental energy on my soul mission. How to move forward in life. Or going within, meditation. Okay. I want to make it a goal to reach the highest level possible, to evolve to my full potential. Okay, and of course you need money, also important, but money only holds value if it fulfill your needs. Okay, if you make 10k a month and you control your spending, you don't really need more. Okay, or 5k a month or whatever. Even if you are in countries like Asia, you only need 2k a month while being location independent. Okay, to reach a high frequency to be happy. Most people think, oh, I need this physical money to be happy, and it needs to be at least 10k. No, you can be happier with 2k Asia, location independent, then 10k stuck in the Netherlands. And the problem is not the money, the problem is your level of awareness, your frequency, your perspective, your awareness. Okay, understanding, hey, where can I evolve to my full potential? This is one of the reasons why I've been traveling for 5 years now, because at some point my heart was saying, hey, listen, you will not reach your best possible timeline. You will not reach the best possible version of yourself. You will not live the life you want to live if you stay in your own country. You need to move. You need to change countries. Okay, you need to experience different cultures. You need to get insights, belief systems from different people to evolve to your full potential. If you are stuck in the same job, same country, you are a very low level of consciousness. And I'm not trying to hurt you here. I'm just trying to convert my perspective about what I had about myself when I was stuck in that situation. Okay, so when I was stuck in a normal job in my own country, only going on holiday like 2 weeks a year or a month a year, I was stuck in a very low level of consciousness. Okay, the moment I started to book a one-way ticket by myself, living in different countries, starting to mix with entrepreneurs, start to follow my feelings, make my choices based on how they feel. That was the moment I'm starting to evolve. Okay, that was the moment I started to realize, whoa, I'm so stupid, because I had absorbed only belief systems from the Netherlands. Okay, I was thinking, oh, I'm a smart person, I was thinking very highly of myself until I started to communicate with different cultures and really start to introspect my beliefs. Okay, really start to look at my own beliefs and compare them with beliefs from other cultures. And that was the moment I truly started to realize, whoa, we are not that smart as we think. We are actually pretty stupid with a lot of money. Okay, that's the real situation. Stupid people with money. Okay, and because they compare their value based on the physical, they lack the highly the evolved frequency of your perspective. So just to give you an example, I went some years ago. Went to India. These people have like zero money, okay, or very little, but their level of frequency, their level of awareness, the spiritual aspects of Indian people within that country, I'm not saying all of them, but many of them, is so high. I would be capable of seeing images all the time in my mind. I would be capable of reading the energy like that. There's way more communication vibrationally in India, because but when you go to the Netherlands, for example, it's very logical. People ignore their feelings. So you really have to start evolving, mixing in different places. Start to perceive from your heart more than from your mind, and then you're capable of having then you have more awareness about the timelines you're capable of moving towards. Okay, so if you need any help with this information, you want to unlock this power within yourself, just click on the link down this video, and you will have all the tools, all the things you need to reach new reality and evolve to your full potential. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you have an idea for the next video, just put it in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.